Hi guys, this is CK at CK Education, and today I want to share a story with you about a student named Chris. And she's a girl, but the thing about Chris is, she did well, and but the thing that stands out is that she was very artistic. I remember she was sort of contemplating, and she asked me, I'm really interested in art, like design, and she would make cards and little invitations, and she was really good at this kind of stuff. And she thought, what would be really cool if I could do, after college, if I could do something like party planning, or designing things for parties or weddings, or just she had all these kinds of ideas about this kind of stuff. And then she said, but what if that doesn't really, because that's not really a major. What would happen if I really wanted to do that, but I major in something, I end up not even using my major, but I really enjoy doing that. Should I just, and so she sort of concluded by saying, well, I guess I'll just do it as a hobby, and then I'll just, find something that I can really make money doing in my career. Now, this is, I think, a dilemma for a lot of college students, not just college students, but I think adults as well. This balance between, I really would love to do this, but I don't think I can make much money doing that. So I'm really just going to do this and just settle on this. I don't really love doing this, but at least it makes a living. So I'll do this. And then maybe I'll just do this on the side as a hobby. And I've met many people, countless people, even adults. In fact, probably more adults than kids who go through this and who struggle with this. So let me give my take on this. And I'll tell you what I told Chris. Well, I said, especially in today's world, there's no reason why you can't do both. There's no reason why you can't do 2 or 3 things at once. It's called multiple streams of income. Why do you have to only have one stream of income? And whose law is it? Who made the rule that if you major in something, you are stuck with that major and doing that in your career for the rest of your life? Now, this may have been the story 30, 40 years ago, where you go to school, you go to college, you major in something, you go into a big company, and you work there for the next 30 years or 40 years, and then you retire with a nice pension plan. And I'm not saying that doesn't exist today, but it's much less likely today than it was decades ago. And I think more than ever, you see people leapfrogging and jumping around different career opportunities, go to different companies and trying different things, and having multiple streams of income. And there's nothing wrong with that. In fact, I encourage that. I tell students, so here's what I told Chris. I said, look, you're really artistic, you really want to do it. If you really have a passion for it, do that. Keep pursuing that. Keep building that skill. Keep enlarging that scope of work. But at the same time, if there's something that might relate to that when you go to college, okay, and maybe you really would like to study that as well, you can do both things. So just as an example, I said, let's say you really enjoy doing that and you major in business, let's say business marketing or whatever the thing is, and that sort of, you can use those skills to build a business in this thing that you have a passion in. So that's one way that you can do that. But to tell you the truth, guys, and I'm sorry to disappoint you here, some of you, but for those of you who are interested in business, I'm afraid that college isn't going to teach you much about how to run a successful business. College is not really a place to learn how to become a successful entrepreneur. This is a completely different video that I need to make on this about entrepreneurship and successful entrepreneurship versus what schools teach you. I went to graduate school, and I got an MBA at Johns Hopkins University. This is not showing off at all. I'm just telling you something here. The reason I say this is I went there and I got a master's in business administration, but it taught me nothing at all that was worthwhile to help me in my own business. Okay, so all I'm saying, and now I knew that going in, actually, because I had already been in my career for 12, 13 years. I was an engineer before I even went and got an MBA. I don't know, when I was in college, I just always wanted an MBA for some reason. So I just decided, when I was in my 30s, I said, what the heck, I'm going to go and get a graduate degree. And I'm just going to go and do that. So I did, but I knew going in that it really wasn't going to help me much in my business. Okay, so college doesn't really prepare you for that. Neither does grad school, for that matter. It really prepares you to be an employee. So and the vast majority of the population will become employees of some corporation or some organization, and that's fine. Nothing wrong with that. But and there's certain personalities that become entrepreneurs, but college in and of itself will not prepare you to be a good business person. So for a person like Chris, if she was going to be an entrepreneur, let's say, I'm just saying business might, it might open the door for her to explore that world, but she would have to learn different skills to become a truly successful entrepreneur. But I was saying that whatever you major in college, you don't have to think that you are now stuck with that for the rest of your life. Okay, there is value in getting a college degree and never using it. Okay, I really believe that. I believe that the 4 years in college, you can learn things and you can grow and you can mature, and you will learn other things that are not necessarily academic that might benefit you in life. But I don't think that it's worth it if you rack up a lot of student debt. Like if you have $100,000 of student loans after you graduate college, and then you're never going to use that degree, I think that's sort of a waste. I think that's a waste of money. Not necessarily a waste of time, but a waste of money. So if you can get through college with no student loans and no debt, but you graduate, you have a 4-year degree, and then you go do whatever you want, because by then you will have matured and on and on. But should I do this or this? I always say, don't say or, do this and this, not this or this, okay? So do both. Someone I know from a long time ago, one of my relatives, she really loved art. And I don't think she ever finished college, but she just loved art. And she got into photography, she got into website design and so forth, okay? So she ended up, I think from what I hear, that she ended up working for like Microsoft or something on the web team, and on the side she was developing this photography business. And so a few years go by, she got really good at this, she was in demand, and in fact her photography business took off, and last I heard she had like a 1-year waiting list, and she was doing better and making more money with that than she was as a web design person at Microsoft. So she's an example of someone who pursued her passions. You should never give up on your passions, no matter what they are. Yes, sometimes they may start out as hobbies, and you may not be able to make money doing that. And yes, there's maybe a transition. You got to do something over here that you may not love, but you can make money. But so you work to make a living during the day, and then you work at night on the weekends to make your dream. Okay, so you do that, but so that's what I told Chris, and that's what I'm telling you guys. You got to pursue both, and you should pursue both. Okay. Now, just to tell you, the starting score for Chris here, her math score was 540, and her reading and writing were 620, and in math she ended up at 760. That was a 220-point increase, huge increase. And in reading and writing, she went from 620 to 670. Not as big there. And she struggled with that a bit. Could she have worked harder? Sure. But I think she really focused on her strength, which was math. So she got only a 50-point increase in reading and writing. So her starting score was 1160. She ended up with 1430, and she got a 270-point increase total. So that was a very big jump, really good improvement. She had 41 classes, which was 62 hours of class time. So she did really, really well. But I just wanted to cover this topic, which I think is very important. For those of you, don't be 40, 50, 60, 70 years old and regret that you didn't do something, that you didn't start something, that you didn't pursue something that you were truly passionate in. Yes, you may have limited time. Yes, you may be tired after a full day's work, but you will regret at some point in your life not following your passions. Look, I firmly believe that we're born with certain gifts and talents that we just have to pursue. So when you have that, and when you have that desire in you, I would do that, even if it's just part-time, even if it starts out as just a hobby. Please pursue that. And I think that you'll be happier for it. So anyway, I just wanted to share that story today. I hope you found it helpful. And again, if you're interested in becoming one of my students, the best thing is go to my website, ckeducation.org. and fill out the SAT prep application form there. The form has a comment section at the bottom, and if you could please write in there why you think you would be a great fit to be one of my students. And I promise you I will get back to you personally, and I look forward to hearing from you. So until my next video, stay well, and we'll see you again.